More money was spent leading into Saturday's primary election than in the entire 2020 election cycle, with tens of millions of dollars flowing to candidates from special interest groups trying to influence the race. Gina Mangieri is always investigating and looks at money and votes.
Hawaii is seeing a steady growth in the cost of running for office, with fundraising and loans on the rise in this election, and another big influx of what's called non-candidate committee money. Experts say the spending to influence voters is not necessarily translating on the ballot. Getting the attention of Hawaii's 850,000 registered voters is no easy or cheap task. Only 39.6% decided to vote by the end of the primary election cycle that wrapped up Saturday night.
We understand that this is a midterm election and it's a primary midterm election, but certainly the turnout was not as robust. And all vote by mail was to increase turnout. It was to help people vote more easily.
That's not for lack of trying by candidates and special interest who spent record sums up and down the tickets. Candidates for all state and county offices raised nearly $15 million by the primary, plus took loans of nearly $3.3 million and spent almost $17 million so far. Compare that to $15 million candidates raised in the entire 2020 election cycle through the general, with much less in loans and spending just over $15 million all the way through that November final. Some election watchdogs want to see lower limits on both raising and spending for votes,
so that candidates are not focused on raising money from big dollar donors and are more focused on their constituents and what their constituents need, and are more focused on policy issues and not just focused on raising money.
But candidate fundraising is just half the story, actually less than half, by the dollar figures on non-candidate committees. Special interest groups raised more than $21 million and spent about $18 million by giving or spending on behalf of candidates in the entire 2020 election cycle. But this time around, just as of the primary election, the non-candidate committees raised $22 million and spent nearly $20 million, and we're not even to November yet.
Regulating campaign contributions simply means more money will go to those PACs where it's actually less accountable. And who's going to regulate that? Well, the legislature. How did the legislature get elected? Many of them with PAC money.
In just the lieutenant governor primary alone, non-candidate committees spent more than $3 million supporting Ikaika Anderson or opposing Sylvia Luke. That rivals the money each of the biggest spending gubernatorial candidates spent from their own committees for the top job, and far outpaces what the leading LG rivals spent in their own names. Luke ended up beating Anderson, despite the heavy non-candidate spending.
So what it does tell us is that those PAC ads didn't move the needle against her.
Political analyst John Hart does not foresee a repeat at the same volume in the general election for governor.
You know, Josh, his persona is your caring, compassionate doctor. Duke, very religious oriented. They're both going to want to take the high road.
And the less money that flows in, the more voters may turn out.
We had heard a lot that all of this PAC and super PAC money, voters were not happy about it, and it could have depressed turnout by quite a bit. Just this amount of negative campaigning is not doing the candidates any good, and it's not doing the electorate any good.
Gina Mangieri, KHON2 News, your local election headquarters.